Oh man, I gotta change it on my stream.
Real
Instead of
ones
me
know
wearing a
that.
maid outfit, it's you wear a maid outfit. You know, like I think you should. I'm passing on the torch
Oh
here.
boy. Oh
Maid
good.
Cowboy, no more. Maid Bad Goblin. This is like the rise of a king here.
Look, all I'm
Oh
saying is
boy.
I better be getting a cut of these channel point spendings then. If I gotta get some
Mm.
incentive here.
I don't know about that one. But hey, you know the
After I
incentive for
literally
all you
force you to wear a
guys.
maid at the stackies.
Oh, we don't talk about that. We'll say this. This counts. This counts. This is the deal.
What? Hold on.
I did it. I already did one for free already. That was
I
already okay.
know, I
Anyways,
know.
starting up the game here. Seems like Tiki is going to be taking the lead offensively so far for their team, whereas on the other side, I don't really know. There's a lot going on. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, this is reminding me of the classic quad stream commentary days when those got ran, and wow, it is a lot to follow. But
Those
I
were
mean,
impossible,
honestly,
bro.
it's a lot to appreciate too, and I'm appreciating the amount of damage on CMDINGO's board right now. Huge pressure coming out from TOGAIA, and that is going to be knocking out one of the two team members. Now it's up to them to finish off the second. Gemini right now sitting on quite a lot of clean garbage, but going to have to commit a lot to these T-spin setups,
Ooh.
but fires off the Surge, and that is huge damage coming in. And now it is a 1v1, Gemini versus TOGAIA.
Yeah, Gemini could totally take this 1v2 here. Fantastic board state from them, and they are going to be taking the warm-up game. Yeah, Tagaya unfortunately caving under the pressure there, but very, very well played from all the teams so far. I'm sure this is going to be a fantastic game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say who's going to be taking it, just from this, because seed number 2 and seed number 3, super, super close. Just the difference of barely a couple of TR. And clearly some very, very balanced teams. But hey, if Gemini keeps on getting those 1v2s, I'm sure they're going to take it for their team.
Have to see.
All right, we're seeing a bunch of stuff. TKI, SDPC, and some freestyle. CMDINGO getting pushed to the top of their board here. Whereas on the other side, Tiki's receiving a fair bit of garbage, dealing with some cheese, but nothing too crazy.
Oh, speaking of crazy though, Tiki finding a crazy downstack to stave off of that pressure, but TOGAIA going to have to put out a lot of damage to try to change things up here. Dingo tanking quite a bit and greeting for this T-spin setup. Meanwhile, Gemini's board has become completely clean. Oh, right as I say that though, the commentator's curse kicking in, looking for a dono to try to fix that unfortunate miss drop. Cleans up the well though, and now it seems like Tiki is the one on the receiving end of this pressure.
Yeah, speaking of receiving pressure, CMDINGO receiving so many lines. The bar is even higher than the donations bar, exclamation point donations in the chat, prize pool.
Oh,
But
true.
yeah, super crazy. I believe they haven't switched over the targeting to Gemini yet, so Gemini is free to send until Dingo tops out here. Tiki also looking pretty rough on their side. Tagaya and Gemini are looking to go for a 1v1 real soon. Gemini has switched over the targeting. Back-to-back 17 is online. Tagaya at the top of their board in a really rough scenario.
Absolutely cleans up the stack, but this is still just such an unfortunate position to be in. You do not want to be tanking a 35 spike on any board height, and there the round goes. Gemini puts a point on the board.
All right, looking to be a pretty exciting game so far. A double PCO from Gemini and Dingo here. Sending all of it to Tiki. Tiki receiving so much garbage. Tagaya trying to send some in the background here, but I think that it could be the end for Tiki here if they're not able to downstack in time.
Oh, this is such a rough position. Great stack, but this Fractal proving too greedy, has to cancel out of it. Downstacking right now as well, but TOGAIA's board falling apart right now. Real secret grade energy, what I'm looking at the moment, but manages to clean it all up, but maybe at the sacrifice of taking a KO. Maybe not though. Tiki, an unfortunate misdrop on their side of the board and pushed all the way to the top, starts the stall out, but unfortunately, Gemini going to fall as well, and we are back to one more 1v1.
These are really exciting. It's gonna come down to whoever is better for this one. Tagaya at the bottom of the board trying to send some more attack. Gemini at the top can't get down in time, and Tagaya is gonna take the round there. Yeah, pretty close. 1-1 for both teams. See TKI, PCO, and some freestyle. both of them trying their best to just pour out some APM right now. No one's at too much of a disadvantage. All the teams trying their best to just get a bit of APM back-to-back going. But as I say that, Tiki getting pushed to the top of their board. Huge attacks coming in from both Gemini and TOGAIA, and Dingo here, sorry. And I think that is it for Tiki.
Yeah, going to just be pushed out too fast, too soon there. And now, TOGAIA finding this down stack and CMDINGO tanking so much garbage, gets the double quad there. Takes another greedy T-spin at the top into the multiplier, and now TOGAIA dealing with an onslaught of never-ending pressure, not going to be able to find the down stack there.
They will be giving the point to Gemini, very interesting. Yeah, they're gonna have to watch out because I'm sure that TOGAIA and Tiki are gonna be gunning for Gemini, stopping the player with the most points in the lead here.
Absolutely, you always want to make sure you're targeting the optimal person here. And speaking of, TOGAIA might be in need of some targeting right now. Just LSTing and STing for free at the moment, building a huge back-to-back and sending so much damage over. Dingo as well, sitting on this clean board state. Meanwhile, Tiki, bearing the brunt of the damage, manages to find a down stack out, but they've used so many eyepieces so far, and now they're looking for this T-spin setup at the top. 2 TSSs, finds the all-spin with the Z as well, going to be able to clear it out, and they've somehow managed to survive, but even that's not enough because they're right back up.
Now, Tiki's survival right now is so crazy. And on the other side, Gemini is going to be topping out real soon, leaving CMDINGO alone against their onslaught. TOGAIA sending over a very unique T-spin setup. I believe it was for all-spin, keeping some more back-to-back here. And it will be TOGAIA and Tiki taking that round. Back to 2-2 here,
and that is going to be... Yeah, this has been a close match so far, and I love to see it. You know that they are evenly matched when we keep ending up in these 1v1 scenarios, and that is just going to show how much these players want this win. Just because it is a charity tournament does not mean that these players are going to be charitable with their gameplay, and we are seeing that in full force here. TOGAIA making an unfortunate misdrop here, but CMDINGO on such a clean stack right now, so much APM to work with, and Tiki forced to be on the constant down stack.
Yeah, but speaking of the constant down stack here, Gemini constantly down stacking all the way to the bottom of our board, but being sent straight back up. A lot of clean to work with, though. Pretty good for them if they're able to utilize it properly before topping out. Speaking of topping out, though, Tiki on the other side, struggling with the cancel there, not able to make it in time, and leaving TOGAIA alone to fend off against Dingo and Gemini, who are in pretty decent board states if they're able to clear out the cheese here.
Absolutely. Gemini in this LST-like shape, once again, a very comfortable spot for the vast majority of these players so far. Oh no, TOGAIA with such an unfortunate misdrop here. And we are down to Dingo Gemini, and that will be another point to Gemini. 3-2, only 2 points away from taking this match, but that is a mountain to climb even at this moment as we get into game number 6.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely see Tiki and TOGAIA charting Gemini here, preventing them from getting any more points. And we're seeing the lines start to flow in on their board here, but it's looking pretty good for Gemini so far. A lot of clean.
Yeah, absolutely. Gemini looking to send back all this damage. Dingo building up what looked like a center forward here, but maybe just an unfortunately placed power stack. Gemini has gone from being the sender to the receiver real fast. Oh my god, receiving more garbage than my Wi-Fi router when I upload videos right now. What is going on? Full stack of red instantaneously, and stalling with the O piece and no lines to clear is not going to last too long. If you are the partner right now, you have got to put out any lines you can. Tiki stacking up for a big combo. Dingo pushed to the top as well here, manages to find the down stack after a moment to pause and reflect on life choices, just like me in the booth for real, and manages to find a huge down stack, but not huge enough.
Oh, but, you know, Gemini not able to Wi-Fi the down stack, and it seems like, oh, gonna be taking another point for TOGAIA here.
All right, and here we go. It is getting closer and closer to a tiebreaker right now. 3-3 after a 2-2. Neither team able to figure out the other, and they are both forced to understand that they gotta take every point they can. There is no easy road here. We are not looking like a sweep. Put the broom away and take out the down stack right now if you're Gemini. Oh my god, very top of the board. Finds
That's
the
so
quad,
tough.
but not
stall
enough.
here. Yeah. Dingo alone against both players again, but oh, I believe they might be able to take out Tiki here if they don't have this down stack. So many lines getting sent over, and I believe it could be a 1v1 scenario right after this. Tiki doing a masterful
bit of an
job, but poor
unfortunate
timing though.
misplay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Tiki there actually could have been alive, but unfortunately couldn't find the down stack fast enough, and that resulted in them just having a very long stall, which worked out because TOGAIA was able to get the point in the meantime.
Yeah, speaking of getting the point, both of these players, or sorry, all four of these players, doing their best to try and find anything that's going to get them the point here. Dingo with the nicest board out of all of them so far, sending over a lot of attack, but Tiki with an equally nice board on their side, staying T-spin triples, T-spin doubles as much APM as they possibly can, and Gemini's board is looking fully red on their side. Going into a 1v1 scenario, Tiki does have the higher back-to-back and the advantage so far.
Interestingly, no matter who wins this match, it will not be the point on the board that either team wants to see here, because they have not gotten a point to either of their power players right now. Dingo being the first person to put the point on the board for their team, and the same thing with Tiki with that spike. Oh my god. APM rocketing up, and the score going 2-1.
Definitely tense right now. Seeing a whole bunch of different openers here, but I think the most notable one is TOGAIA at the top of their board, receiving so much garbage. Super, super tough for them, but it will be preventing their team from winning the game. So very, very important play from Dingo and Gemini there.
Absolutely. You've got to be breathing a sigh of relief, even if you don't end up taking a round, because you know that you will live to play another day. And right now, it is about trying to build up the score as best you can. And there we go, Dingo Gemini going to be able to take that round. And now it is effectively a tiebreaker.
Yeah, pretty much match point here. Who's going to be taking it? PCR coming out from Gemini, but not going to be able to get it in time. At a pretty good state. A lot of clean on their board here, but a little too much clean for TOGAIA. Got to top out early. It is all down to Tiki. Can they clutch it for their team, or is it going to be all over?
Oh my god,
really
it's looking so
Gemini
tense
here.
right now.
Oh, and Gemini is going to be
it.
taking the game. Gemini and Dingo, I will say.
Yes,
Holy,
absolutely.
holy.
Huge contributions on both sides, and that is going to be a big win.